All right, Dee, I don't know if you're even watching this, and I don't know who's going to be watching this, but I just thought I would hop on, test out the going live thing, because Dee and I plan to go live hopefully this Sunday. But I figured while I was prepping dinner, I would just hop on and see if anybody else chimes in. So tonight I'm making chili. I'm going to grab stuff. Hopefully, y'all can still hear me. I've sent my better half down the hallway because I'm like, I can't hear myself think, but I'm just gonna grab my pot, and I figured since I am prepping food, this would be a good time to be talking to the people. So, anyways, I'm making chili, and this is like my go-to meal whenever I just need something quick and fast to make. And so, yeah, what have you guys been up to today? I spent time at Lowe's and where else did we go? Best Buy and basically adulting. That's been my whole thing today. And what else? Oh, we had to measure stuff because we're looking into purchasing a brand new refrigerator and yeah, just basically adulting. Oh, we went to brunch. That's what we spent most of our day doing. Is we drove to our favorite brunch spot, which is about 35 minutes from where we live. And it's like the closest, I shouldn't say the closest, but technically it's closer than driving up to Tucson. So, anyhow, brunch was good. I basically had the Californian omelet, which I never take a picture of, but it's my favorite thing on the menu. But basically, it's an omelet with ham, bacon, cheese, guacamole, and I always get the guac on the side, request for salsa, and I get home fries. I always order toast, but to go, and I really like their biscuits there. So then I end up eating the entire biscuit, but the rest of the meal, I don't even bother to eat the whole thing. I split it in half. And so that's always my intention when I'm there is to have brunch today and then I'll have brunch tomorrow and then going from there. So anyways, after that we were driving around one of our favorite neighborhoods since we happen to be in that neck of the woods. Well, I would say used to be one of our favorite neighborhoods, but I concluded that it's too far away, and the way that I like to move around, I need to be able to honestly be able to get to Tucson or Phoenix conveniently. And so this particular spot is just too far away. So anyways, but the houses are gorgeous, the views are amazing, the desert looks amazing, and the mountains, all of that, but it's just not it's not conducive for my life right now. But I do have an exciting announcement coming out. I plan to record a video hopefully tonight. Um, yeah, I plan to record a video probably tonight and then uploading it tomorrow so you guys will see it then. And just sharing like some exciting news with you guys. Also, if anyone has like a smart refrigerator, and I'm not just talking about the ones where you can connect to the Wi-Fi, um, but I'm talking about the ones where you can actually, like, there's a screen on it. I'm curious if anyone has any of these fancy refrigerators. Hey, I don't know who's watching, but please drop a comment so I can at least say hi or whatever. Who are you? Let's see. Maybe you made a comment. Um, I don't think I see anything. I don't know who's watching. Hey! Yes. Okay. I already said at the beginning of the video, I was like, Dee and I are going to hop on here and go live, but I'm testing it out. I just thought I would hop on and test it out. I was like, oh, I'm cooking in the kitchen for once in my life because I did not go to Sprouts. We came in too late. So I don't have my cheat codes and meals right now. So I actually have to cook. Oh my gosh, Dee. I was like, I wonder if she's going to see me. Now I showed up late. Okay, why didn't you message me and tell me we were going live? Now I showed up late. No, I literally, this came to me, D. I swear. I was like, you know what? My husband's on the phone. He's not in the kitchen. I could just prep this stuff because I'm literally making chili. And I said at the beginning of the video, I was like, I don't know who's gonna hop on. I don't even know who's gonna watch this, but let me just test this out. Like totally just test it out and see if it's a thing. And yeah, long as you're testing it out. Now I don't have to. Yeah, so far it's been super, super, super easy. Yeah, super, super easy. I have not had any issue. I'm doing this from my phone. I'm not like on any fancy camera. Something else that I've been figuring out too. I don't, you kind of know this, Steve, but you don't know this yet. I grew up with my dad like taking pictures of everything. And as I've been decluttering things, I'm locating cameras, like the history of cameras that I feel like I've had in my whole life, digital and film. Um, but one of the things I've had to figure out is I need to, I have the Sony like vlogger type of camera. It's a mirrorless camera. I intentionally purchased it to do two things, to travel with and then also to vlog. Like I bought this camera I think 3 years ago because what, it's 2025. And so my thought was one day when I start vlogging, I'll have this camera. Um, my grandmother took pictures and recorded everything, and I mean everything. Exactly. My like I I know when my dad cannot take the pictures anymore, it's gonna be me. I just know it because I take pictures of everything all the time. I personally like I like taking pictures of nature, more abstract creative type of stuff. I can do photography like if I really want to put the energy into it. Um but it is hard to take pictures of people like photography style photos. Yeah. I preferably like to do natural lighting. So like, the golden hour type of photos. Um and I'll do it for friends for free, but I personally I'm like I don't want to get paid to do this because I find it to be very stressful. And then the editing time that it takes to take all those freaking photos and then you got to edit them possibly. But that's why I like doing the golden hour personally cuz it kind of takes that out of it for me, but so yeah. So that's how I ended up going live. But the next step, so I have a mirrorless camera, but before that, I have a DSLR Canon. And it's a very heavy camera. It's a nice camera. Um, but I'm like, I need to learn how to export the videos off of the camera and put them on the laptop because I want to move away. I want to move away from like doing everything on my phone. I don't mind doing things on my phone for like going live and stuff like that, but I just don't want to do that all the time. So, but yeah, golden hour photos are great. I've done out my own, like my husband and I's photos. I did one for a friend that was graduating high school or college, I should say, and I did one for my friend. It was her pregnancy photos, and it was so funny. Only this friend, I won't mention her name, but only she would be like, look, I want you to take my photos. I'm like, are you sure? She's like, yeah, I will drive and you, she's like, I will drive you to the wineries. I was like, this doesn't seem right. You're pregnant. I'm taking photos of you, and you want to drive me to the winery so I can drink and take photos. Stop doing it for free. I know, but it was for friends. Like if it wasn't for friends, if those friends were recommending me for people, then I would have to charge because it takes up way too much time. Way too much time. But because it's not I never got into photography to really do that. It's not my ministry because I don't have the patience for it. I mean, I could, I just don't necessarily want to. So, yeah. But now I have the vlogging cameras and I'm going to actually start using them. That's my goal in 2025 is to use the cameras for like easier shots that I can just do from like, I don't know, my room. My daughter takes photography classes now. Oh, it's great. Yeah. Yeah. And I took photography. I remember like my freshman year of college, like that was the art that I chose to do. Hi to whoever else has joined the live. I appreciate it. Um, but yeah, I took photography and this was before digital cameras were a thing. And so I learned how to process the film. I learned how to do everything actually. Um, and I was what, 19, 20, 18, 19. So that's when I learned that like I have a thing for photography. It just was not anything that I watered at that time. Um, but I've just kind of played around with it over time. So, but yeah, so in 2025, from the YouTube perspective, my goal is to be able to do photos or do film with my cameras that I have and then upload the footage here onto YouTube and kind of approach it from that lens. I don't mind doing things from my phone because it's super quick and super efficient, but there's things that I want to be able to just like sit down and just film from my office without using my phone. And I feel like the phone is a great convenient thing for when I'm traveling. And if I get more comfortable and confident, then I'll be able to use my regular camera and like vlog from there. But vlogging, and I don't know if anyone's traveled with cameras. I have. Um, I don't know if I want to travel with, I definitely don't want to travel with the DSLR. That's how I ended up with the mirrorless camera in the first place because it was super bulky. And those cameras are not cheap, and I just didn't want them to break. And I already travel with enough tech. So I know in the near future, I can see a GoPro coming in. I have definitely learned to do that before I start filming abroad. Otherwise, my phone will fill up quickly. Exactly. Exactly. So just, yeah, between the 75-day challenge and doing Vlogmas for 24 days, um, yeah, it was taking up a lot of space. And so I'm like, okay, we need to change up some things. This is not going to work. This is not going to be like a long-term thing. And there's just some footage that I don't necessarily want to be deleting from my phone. I have found with since joining this like YouTube journey that I'm on, um, even when I went to the Usher concert, I was like, oh, you know what? I don't think I want to film as much stuff anymore because you can't really. What am I going to do with this footage of Usher? And I have a lot of footage from like Bruno Mars and so many other shows that I've gone to over the years. But truthfully, you can't do anything with the footage because of copyright. So it's honestly slowed me down from filming things and taking more pictures of things, which I've already taken a lot of pictures of things anyway, but just being more intentional of what that's going to look like. So, um, something else happening in 2025. So, yeah, I plan to be a little bit more targeted with different messages that I want to be able to give, like talking about work stuff. My lifestyle part of my channel, I'll still film that probably primarily with my phone. Um, I'm still going to do car chronicles. I don't see that going anywhere because I travel to campus and people seem to like that content. Um, but I just want to be a little bit more intentional and finding other creative ways to engage you guys as an audience, especially since when I came on the scene or back on the scene, I don't even know what to call it, mid October, I had honestly got used to posting every day for 75 days. So this is the first time I've picked up the camera to do something intentional for YouTube um, since I would say Christmas break. Um, and I want to say I stopped filming on December 20th. And so it was a nice little breather for me. My husband and I did go on a cruise. We visited family in Texas first, and then we left on the 26th to go on the Utopia of the Seas. And so I will be editing that for you guys, and that'll go up on Sunday. I typically like to upload lifestyle stuff on Sunday. Let's see, girl, I don't know how you did those 75 straight days. You're a goat for real. It was, you know what? It was it was intense certain times. Like I found that it was easy to upload every single day, except for some reason it was harder to upload to turn those videos around on Friday. Like, I don't know what it was about. I would film on Friday, everything seemed to be fine. And then it was something about like, I would film it, and I don't know if it's because Fridays I commute back home, and the commute coming from Tucson, like 3 o'clock in the afternoon, like I take involuntary naps when I get home Friday evenings. I don't even have to try. All I have to do is think about the couch and I'm going to face plant somewhere. So I just found that like naturally, I just didn't need to upload that content. And it was just like, you know what? They'll just get both days on Saturday or however I ended up doing it. But that was the only time that I found it to be the most challenging was honestly uploading the content from Friday into Saturday. And truthfully, analytic wise, people tend to watch the stuff on Sunday more than they were watching on Saturday. And I'm like, honestly, that makes sense because, we have a life. Like, even in my own routines, I have a life outside of YouTube. And so, Saturdays, it's like we're going to brunch, we're hanging out, we have things that we plan to do, or sometimes it's just like a lazy day and I don't want to do anything. So, and I don't think I'm alone in those thoughts. So, but I think my regular scheduling will be like Sunday, Tuesday, and Thursday. And I'll leave the other days to just film or just having a break. But I think 3 days a week is pretty manageable for a regular schedule. Unless I'm doing a challenge, then obviously I'll do the daily uploads again. Um, the other thing I want to try to do community wise is I realized like, oh, so I stopped putting up all these videos, but I need to really post. Like I need to put up shorts. I need to put up shorts, post, and there was something else. Yeah, I think it was those two things. Definitely plan on switching up my posting days. Friday isn't working for me. Laugh out loud. Exactly. Oh my gosh. Okay, so I do have two people on here right now. Cool. Um, but I think Sunday, Tuesday, Thursday will be my day for posting. And then, like I said, the only time that I would go out deviate from those days is if I'm in a challenge. So I do plan to have a challenge. Much like Dee, I'm not a resolution type of gal. I haven't been for a long time. I'm very goal oriented. I think y'all established that during my challenge. And because I'm goal oriented, I tend to honestly, well, being goal oriented and then also working in education, I feel like I set my goals in July more than I actually set them in January. I need to get with the community post more too. Yeah, like today I was like, oh, I took my picture from brunch, but then I don't remember that I posted it. But I feel like I need to engage with the community with you all in some sort of way every day. That's kind of my point. I'm like, okay, if I don't post a video, what is something else that I could be posting on like a Saturday, Monday, um, Friday type thing, or Wednesday? Like, what could I be doing instead? And so that's just kind of my thoughts on looking at the community posts from a different lens because I never really considered those things before. And I'm trying to use YouTube um I'm noticing like I'm not posting as much. Well, I definitely am not posting as much on Instagram. And it's mainly because of the way that platform is designed. I personally don't, I like watching people's stories, but I don't want to have to get on Instagram every day to do a story. I admire those that do it. Like Dee, you're talking about how you're like, you were a goat. And I feel like the people that I watch, I'm thankful that they post every day, but these folks are, I'm like 10, 12 years older than them. They're all early 30s. I feel like they grew up like in their 20s doing Instagram. I don't have that kind of experience. I went quite a few years not posting at all on any platform. Um, Facebook kind of did me in. Yeah, I'm reading your response. We need to post more. I agree. But I feel like I actually went off radar. When was it? I think it was 2015. Like I was off of Facebook. I was off of everything for like 5 years until 2020. I don't even have to tell you guys about 2020. But I just disappeared. Totally fell off. My brain doesn't work like that either. And I don't even want to talk about TikTok. You can forget it. If you find me on TikTok, you can see my attempts, but it's just too much. And I just feel like for my age group and demographic, it just doesn't make sense. Like, we don't really engage in that way. And I'm not saying these younger folks won't watch it because according to my analytics, like it seems like I have the younger millennials that are watching my content, and I have people that are older millennials, extennials, whatever the heck they're calling us, and Gen Xers that are watching my content. Um, but I'm like, I don't want to be overkill. So, but I like that YouTube is shifting to make it to where our channels are more community based and engaging versus like everything is what is it like, just kind of like you don't know who's on your channel, you can't connect with them. I feel like because the algorithm has changed, how would I have met D? You know what I mean? And actually there's another person, excuse me, I follow her content. I think her name is Miriam. And I like her content because she's talking about um, working abroad and like leaving the country and like no longer working for the person. I just like her content. I've had book talk page for a year. Ooh, I started an anonymous book talk page and that for real prepared me for YouTube, I believe. Really? Really? Look at me grabbing the cabinet. It's over here. Um, I think for me, as I just feel like I don't know with TikTok, it was like I don't know if I need to niche down. I didn't know. And actually my editor slash publisher, she was like, oh, a lot of indie authors are doing well on TikTok. And I'm like, yeah, but it's something about going live. Like I like this going live on YouTube. I don't know why. I mean, maybe I just feel like in my mind it's different and it's better. I don't know. But it just seems so, I don't know. I just feel like I would have like so many random people, but I'm not really connecting with anyone. And my personality is like I want to connect, and it's probably because the way that I work now is very different than how I was working 5 years ago. If this was 5 years ago, I probably wouldn't care and would be on TikTok and doing all the things. But part of when I came into the, what is it, the social media space, my space was when I don't know, that was my gateway drug coming in basically. And what was nice is like I was only connected with people that I knew. And then Facebook came along. So that was the same thing. And then by the time I Sorry, I have to like kind of concentrate somewhat because I need to peel this off and I don't like touching raw meat because it grosses me out. Um, but I think Instagram was the first platform where I'm like, oh, so like people just talk to random strangers. That's different, which is polar opposite of all of my experiences on social media at that point. And I just found with Instagram, and for those of you that follow me on there, it's like I stalled out at like 960 people. I couldn't grow the page anymore. I also didn't feel like I was connected to people. I just didn't quite understand how the algorithm worked. And from an entrepreneur perspective, I just was like, I want to find a place where I feel like I can grow the community and connect and do all those things. And I tested out Instagram. I still have the Facebook professional page and Instagram page. TikTok I knew was out. And then if you look on my YouTube channel, you'll see that I tried like YouTube shorts. I was just testing it out to see if it was a place that I wanted to be. And I don't know, I just kept coming back. It was something about YouTube that just kept bringing me back and bringing me back. So here I am. I'm here. But let me see. What else are the comments? I've been on Book Talk. Yep, Miriam Davenport. Yeah, she's amazing. YouTube definitely feels best to me out of all the platforms. I think it's all community on this side of the coin. Exactly. I feel like that's the catch is that I feel connected to people. I don't feel like I'm kind of, I don't know, in my own little ether or whatever. And that's what makes the difference. Uh-oh, I'm trying to flip you guys. Nope, I can't flip y'all. Never mind. Let's see if I can just do that. All right, y'all are gonna have like a weird angle of my kitchen, but it's fine. I gotta move to the stove. So I just feel like this is just my place. This is my jam. And so far, YouTube is definitely aligning with my needs as an entrepreneur and then just as a person. And again, I think it's because I came out of the connected space of what Facebook and MySpace was all about. It wasn't really about, in my experience, like connecting with strangers. It was more or less like connecting with people in your spaces. But when you're a solo entrepreneur, I don't like to inundate my family and friends with everything that I'm doing. I want to give them the choice of like, you can either check out what I'm doing or you don't have to. I don't care one way or another. But I just feel like when when you're constantly sharing stuff, it kind of turns people off. And so at least that's how it is for myself. I'm like, sometimes I just want to know like how the person is doing. I don't want to be pushed like a sell of something. So anyways, like I said early on in the video, I plan to do a my goal setting for 2025, and I'll share like my YouTube goals, entrepreneurial goals, because eventually I'll be able to tap back into that space as I move closer into completing my degree. And so that's kind of where I'm at. I think I lost everybody. I'm not sure. But let's see. Retouches on, comments. Ooh. Welcome to live chat. Okay, I think I lost everyone. But anyways, thank you guys for joining me for the live. I'm going to continue focusing on cooking. And look out for myself and Miss D. LaShore TV. We're going to go live. Oh, you're here. I was like, oh, maybe everybody disappeared. It's fine. I don't even know. Like I said, I'm testing it out for us so I can tell you like, D, this was great, or no, I don't think live is great. I wonder if, is there a way that you can hop on and go live now? I don't know. I don't know how that works. That's where I'm kind of confused. That's step 2 of our research is like how do we add both of us on the screen? I see like folks in my GLP-1 community do it all the time, and I don't know if they're using like a special thing in their app. I have no idea, or some sort of system. Thank you. I'm here. Listen, I I feel like a true educator where I'm like, wait a minute, I got to test this out before the students do it because I'll never hear the end of it and they'll ask me like a million questions. Oh, yeah, that's right. She's like, I have COVID and I sound stupid. No, you can't go live right now. You can't go live. That's not going to work. Um, but maybe from like your educational influencers or content creators have already solved this problem for us and we just don't know it. So, but I feel like my GLP-1 ladies that I watch, they're all either monetized or really close to monetizing. But I noticed in the last 2 months, they are all going live and they're no longer just posting weekly. So I also think something else that's changed with YouTube, in my opinion, um, unless depending on the type of content that you have, I think once a week posting works for some, but I don't think it works for everyone. I should be good by Friday. I almost have all of the voice. Oops. All of the voice. My voice back. Ooh, get good. Good, good, good. Oh my gosh, I keep pushing the wrong thing. Now, don't ask me to go live on my laptop because I don't know how to do that yet. I'm not that skilled. I don't know who else is watching. Who's the number 2? Say hi in the chat so I can say hi back and follow your content and all the things if you have a channel. I want to support all of us that are in these YouTube streets because trying to get these hours is real. There's a way to invite someone to the go live with you, I think. Oh, Lord, help me, Jesus. Highlight save. Nope. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if it's just a matter of me sharing it. Mm, that's just something I'll have to figure out. I mean, y'all just got like a good chest shot. I'm really sorry. But don't be fooled. I wear glasses, but I just can't see everything this far away. That's why I'm like, is that a 2 or is that a 3 or is that a 5? I don't know. Um, but anyways, um, what else? I'm trying to think, was there anything else I wanted to share with y'all tonight besides the fact that going live on Sunday is probably going to be the thing. And you know what, Dee? I think when I go live, I think I might be cooking while we go live. I think that's going to be my thing, is to cook. We will figure it out. Laugh out loud. Yeah, I know we will. I know we will. Because I'm like, when you're in Morocco and you see those climbing goats, I need to be live with you so I can react. It was like when we were in Nassau, there was this option to go see the pigs in the ocean, like the swimming pigs. I really wanted to do it, but of course it was sold out and it's like a whole thing. But it's that, and I want to see cooking is a good thing. It works. Yeah, it's not, to me, I feel like going live works when you can when you're doing actively doing something. Like, I don't just see myself talking live straightforward in the camera. I think me going live would be like doing something. I'm the real, I'm for real going live with the goats. Oh, I know you are. I want to be on the other side of the camera, like, guys, look at this. Look at these goats. I just think that's fascinating. Somewhere in North Carolina, there's like wild horses that run along the beach. That's another like interesting like nature thing of like these animals were domesticated enough that they taught them how to do this. It's very fascinating to me. So I would love to see like the pigs swimming in the ocean. Because growing up, I mean, the only time we've always been taught that pigs are in a farm. At least that's what I was taught. So to see them outside of the farm, swimming in the ocean, just, it's like, how? I mean, that's kind of how I feel about seeing goats climb a tree. It's like, what? I don't know. It's hard to imagine it. So, um, but anyhow, I think that's how I plan to go live. Unless we have like prompting questions that we're planning to talk about, then obviously I won't like cook and do it that way. But I think that's, at least if I'm by myself, I would go live while I'm cooking. So I might be more inclined to meal prep. Who knows? But if I go to Sprouts and I see those pre-prep meals, I'm dangerous. I'm more of a, I like to meal prep, but one of my struggles is I meal prep for years, years and years and years. And the funny joke is my mom's like, I don't know where you learned this from because she was never a meal prepper. It's just something that I learned to do in my early 20s and just never stopped. Always had like breakfast prepped, dinner prepped, and then like lunch was kind of whatever. But now there's so many conveniences out there that I'm like, I don't even have to prep that. Great. And because it's just my husband and I'm like, I find that I only want to cook big meals like on Sunday when I have time. And probably because I teach at night, I don't have the routine of being able to cook at night. Like, I also don't want to be cooking something at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. So I don't do it. I have to prep food in order for this to work. But that's why I lean into like meals that are already prepped. We're planning a welcome party icebreaker. We will probably have belly dancers. Ooh, I have zero embarrassment. So, you know, I will gladly make a fool out of myself and be there with the dancers learning. Absolutely. I'm here for it. I am here for it. That's exciting. That's super exciting. So, I've been telling like my not like all of my friends know I'm on YouTube, but just people that know that I've been interested in doing YouTube. And I'm like, yeah, I have this like YouTube bestie. Her name is Dee. And I feel like when I talk about it, people are like, what do you mean? How do you meet like a YouTuber and then become friends with them? I'm like, you don't get it. It's more community based than what people think. And so I keep telling them, Dee, I'm like, I swear she's probably more famous than what I will ever imagine or know. And I'm like, we talk like we've known each other our whole lives and it's no big deal. And I'm like, yeah, she's putting out this movie. She's putting out a major movie. It's coming out in the fall. And I can't wait to see it. And I get to go like to an influencer event. So I'm super stoked about that. But I'm going to have to like message you on Instagram. Or let me ask you this. Do you want the announcement? Do you want to know the announcement via Instagram DMs? Or do you want to find out like the rest of everybody else do? Like, how do you want to find out like what I'm secretly up to? I'm a little too excited about it. I mean, I'm recording the video today anyway to announce what I'm doing, but I'm like, how do you want to know? Do you want to know before everybody else knows, or do you want to know later, like tomorrow morning, basically? And I don't know, like, do the videos, I put them for 5 a.m. premiere, but I don't know if that premiere is my time or if it's 5 a.m. DM. She says, stop playing with me. Okay. I will. I'll DM you like after dinner when I'm sitting on the couch. But one of my questions I asked early on in the video is, or in the live, do you know anything about these smart refrigerators? I'm actually interested in it. See, this is the dangerous part. Oh, we went to Best Buy. That was the other thing we did. Because we're thinking about changing internet providers and all that other stuff. Um, and so we needed to know more about this service provider called Starlink. And I'm kind of excited about it. But while I was looking around in Best Buy, I was like, ooh, they have these. So y'all kind of know that I'm a planner person. I think y'all kind of know it. I don't share my planner, but I might actually share. I might start sharing. Who knows? When I decorate it, so then you guys can see what I mean by planner. But I'm also getting into digital planners, partly because I'm the type of person that still needs my paper planner and I also need the digital one. I can't do one without the other. I have to have both. When I write it down, it makes it more concrete. If it's not written down and it's just digital, it doesn't like stick to memory and it's just like, oh, that's another, it's like another email. But I don't live by email. But anyways, they have these like smart screens where you could have like your whole, like, it's kind of a big thing with parents with younger children, like their command station, but it's like a digital command station. You could have your calendar there. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I love that. I don't know. I'm a little too intrigued. But anyways, I saw that in Best Buy, but I've been looking at Lowe's and I was super intrigued by this smart refrigerator. And after looking at it, I'm like, but if I have the smart refrigerator, then my calendar, my Google Calendar will just show up automatically. And then I don't even have to have this other device altogether. So part of me is like leaning towards not having it, not getting the other device and just going with the smart fridge. It's by Samsung. Ooh, that's not the right one that I want to be putting a lot of seasoning in. Um, but I don't know. I already messaged my cousin who's like the techie. She's into all the tech. And I'm like, tell me what you know, because I'm pretty sure you've researched this. But anyways, I could be easily influenced. So my point is, when I sit on the couch tonight, I will be looking up this refrigerator to see if it's something I'm going to totally do. So, damn Skippy, I want to know before everyone else. Okay, the premiere is 5 a.m. your time, laugh out loud. I see it at 7:30ish when I get home from dropping my baby from school. Okay, I'm just now having to buy a smart TV. I'm not at the smart refrigerator yet. Oh my gosh, T, you're so funny. Um, that's so funny. Again, I feel like by default, being in education, I have to me, in order to keep up with what comes into the classroom, not that I have to have a smart refrigerator, because I don't. I certainly do not. We just have a regular refrigerator now, which is in the background. Y'all can't really see it that good. But um, with that being said, I'm just like, if anyone knows, please share. I would love if anyone has the experience. But if not, I still don't think it'll be a hard decision on whether or not we'll buy it. But our current refrigerator, so backtrack. When we bought our house, it's an older home. All the appliances came with it, including the washer and dryer, which was great because at that time in our lives, my husband was just medically retired out of the service, out of the army. So whatever the seller was willing to give us, we were like, thank you, Jesus. Um, Hold on. Well, I will be like the Jetsons and cook the food for you too, right? Will it be like practically? I should just talk about this LG microwave. My goodness. I could talk about the microwave. Trust me. So when we bought the house, it came with appliances. They were all older. They were like 20, 25 years old. They all still worked. And we knew eventually, like 5 years into the house, we'll probably buy something different. But it was not something we were rushing to do. But the refrigerator, I would say 3 years, 2, 3 years in living in the house, we noticed that the refrigerator was like freezing half of our stuff all the time. So we were like, crap, we're really going to have to think about this refrigerator thing. And then my mom was telling me it's better to buy your appliances in bulk than to buy them individually, which is true. Super true. Hopefully you guys can still hear me. And so we're like, all right, we're just gonna like invest and buy all of them at once. And so that's what we did. We went with a microwave, stove, and dishwasher, non-fingerprint, stainless steel, but it was a different kind of stainless steel. It was like a deep gray, like the refrigerator over here, deep gray, almost kind of black. And we went with Frigidaire for those appliances, and then the refrigerator we went with Samsung. I was like, oh, I really like this refrigerator. And we went with the same exact style, just 2 French doors, get water and ice. We didn't try to go with anything different, partly because at that time we were just kind of naive to things when it came to appliances. Like, oh, you should probably measure the space that the things are going to go into so you can ensure that they fit properly. We just didn't do that. We were just kind of green. So we bought these appliances. Refrigerator's great, but Frigidaire is crap. The microwave handle broke within the first 2 years that we had, 2 or 3 years that we had it. It was just crap. That's all I can say about it. And then the dishwasher within the first 2 years, microwave and dishwasher. And we are dishwasher kind of people. I am, at least. And basically the dishwasher, the water was sitting at the bottom. Like, it never drained properly. It had nothing to do with the installation, none of that. And it had more to do with the actual product. It was just crap. So the only product we have left from Frigidaire is the stove. I don't like it, and one day I'll replace it, but it still works. It's the only thing that has withstood its time. Everything else had to be replaced. So we had to replace the dishwasher, the microwave. Oh, the handle broke, and then the stupid thing died altogether. I mean, literally put something in, the whole thing it was done. So then I was like, man, if I'm going to buy a microwave, I need to be a little bit more conscious. By the way, I just want to say this with chili. I always put pumpkin in it. It's a whole thing. I can talk about that later. But I love to make chili. I grew up eating chili. The chili I make is very different from my mom. It tends to be very flavorful. And as she says, I have a lot of vegetables in mine because I want it to be healthy. And I don't use rice. Like, I'm not really a big rice person. But anyways, so all of those appliances died at once for the most part. So then when we bought our new microwave, it's an LG. We just bought it like 6 months ago. And I love this thing. But I was more conscious about how I bought the actual microwave itself. I just was like, it needs a handle that screws in that we can access. Like, there was just a lot of things that Frigidaire, it was just a piece of crap. Samsung, and then our dishwasher we went with, because we were renters our whole lives until we moved back to Arizona. And our last rental house that we were in Georgia, well, Alabama, the family had all KitchenAid appliances. Guys, let me tell you something. The dishwasher was the best dishwasher I had ever used in my life. And I mean all of the appliances. And if you've ever shopped KitchenAid, it's expensive. It's very expensive. And so after dealing with Frigidaire crap dishwasher, I told my husband, I was like, I'm investing in the best dishwasher that I know. And he's like, oh God, what are you trying to do? I said, I'm going with KitchenAid. It has 3 racks. It drains. The dishes are always clean. It runs like a champ. I just love this dishwasher. So now when it comes to buying a refrigerator, I'm just like, I want a Samsung, but because we bought just a regular French door, I find that the way that I like to cook and the way that I buy things, I like to meal prep and I like things to be organized. we need the French doors that go like this at the top and the deep freezer on the bottom. And so that's what we're looking at. We just need more top space than we actually need freezer space, because we do have a deep freezer, but we don't need like, I don't need like a French door deep freezer is basically what I concluded. So if you're out there shopping for appliances and you're trying to figure out what you need and don't need, I hope me talking about my appliance experience is helpful to you. Because that's, I just wish I would have like looked at things a little bit more. My microwave handle broke a month after I moved in, and then the plate inside cracked a month after that. Oh, so you know all about it. I'm telling you, that freaking Frigidaire microwave, it was just like anytime I see Frigidaire, I like flinch because I'm like, those appliances are just garbage. And I say that because we spent so much money to replace all that stuff. And then for it to all fall apart in less than 3 years was just frustrating. I'm like, I was better off going with something with a little bit more quality. And I thought Frigidaire was quality. That's the problem. But, you know, brands will switch up their products and switch up their materials. And so that's what cheapens the experience. And that's the problem. So, some people don't have Frigidaire experiences like my husband and I have had. But if you were to ask us to buy a Frigidaire microwave, we're going to look at you like you're crazy. We're just not going to do it because of the way it all fell apart. And especially that dishwasher, it just made me so angry that we spent all that money on that dishwasher for the water to be sitting at the bottom, and then fungi and everything else kept it, it just was a mess. I was like, if I would have known it was going to do that, I would have kept the old one that came with the house, that had probably been with the house for 25 years, but it worked fine, you know? Anyways, go with your intuition. That's my advice. Go with your intuition. You'll know what's best at the end of the day. So, anyhow, I don't think I have anything else. I feel like I'm just rambling at this point. But thank you guys for joining my live. I've been on here for 52 minutes, and I'm to the point where everything just kind of needs to cook at this point. And let the seasonings like figure out what they want to do with themselves. For the next 10 minutes or so, I made enough to where we don't have to cook anything for the next couple of days. And yeah, for the next probably not until Sunday when I'll have to cook again. But I'm like, we just cannot keep going out to eat. But you ever just go travel or go out of town and then you look in the fridge and it's like, I have jelly, but I don't have bread, or I have peanut butter, but I don't have anything to go with it. That's what I feel like we have going on. Yay, I know. This was good. I had up to like 3 people join and I've got a like, so that's always good. So, anyways, I'm going to hop off. Y'all have a great night, and I will y'all will see my video tomorrow, and we'll go from there. Have an amazing day, have an amazing night, and I'll see you in the morning. Later, guys. Let's figure out how I end this thing. That's question number 2. How do I end it? Let's see.